Hey everybody, you're watching CAD Roll Hunter and I'm in Greece and I'm on the hunt for Greek silver. So I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. A little shop window just full of coins. There's PCGS graded silver, Greek silver. Got all sorts of things. It looks like some big copper coins, bronze. We got banknotes. There's a Benjamin Franklin just sitting down there. There's all sorts of just silver coinage in here and banknotes. If I go down even further, there's like Olympic coins and sets and just all strewn about there. Just craziness. I'm in front of Kyritsis Coins here in Plaka, Athens, Greece. We're gonna try to see if we can buy some Greek silver. Hi everybody, I'm here with Dimitris, the owner of Kyritsis Coins in Athens, Greece, and Stavros, his son. And we are looking at Greek coins. I bought some silver today, I bought some copper nickel, I bought some other stuff, really interesting stuff. This is the first or the longest standing coin shop in Athens, opened in 1960. Dimitris was telling me his father actually authored one of the first coin books here in Greece. And so we're gonna look at a couple of coins here. We've got a coin here that I want to take a peek at. It's from 1832. Okay, 1832. Kinkorto, Greek coin. I have two to show you. One right now would go for about 80 euros in the condition it's in, but the other one has been graded by PCGS. It's a proof-like PL66, MS66, I think. Yes. And in this condition, it would go for 12,000 euros. So we'll take a quick peek at that. Okay, so here's the first example. This is 1 drachma of 1832. And this is silver. If I flip it over, you can see 1832 right there. So again, this one in this condition, about 80 euros. But we're going to take a look at something really special that they have in their collection. This is, and I apologize for the glare, this is a PCGS graded MS66 PL proof-like 1832 1 drachma. This is top pop. This is the only one graded in this condition. We'll take a flip over here, 1832, and look at that beautiful coin. Nice relief there. The fields are flawless. And that is, I don't know the last time I held a 12,000 euro coin in my hand. It's been a little while probably. But you can see all of that detail just in fantastic shape. Graded PCGS MS66 PL here at Kyritsis Coins. So we are back from Greece. Here we are now in Canada. We had a great time on our vacation in Greece. And one of the highlights for me, at least, was my trip to Kyritsis Coins, meeting Dimitris and Stavros. And I did get a bunch of coins. You can see a whole lot of stuff that I got here. I told them I wanted to get a collection of Greek silver and some pre-Euro Greek coins from my collection to remember my trip by. And did I ever get a bunch of stuff? You can see all the stuff here. And I think what I'll do is start with the silver that I got here. And this is maybe the most exciting stuff. So I'm going to zoom in here. And we'll just get started with the oldest coins that I picked up. 1873 and 1874 1 drachma coins. These are both featuring the portrait of a young King George. If I flip it over, you'll see 1 drachma. These ones are great. These are 0.835 silver. So that is a great pickup for my collection. Next up, I've got a few coins here from 1910 and 1911. This is a 1 drachma, 1910. This features a mature King George. If I flip it over, this is a really cool design. This features Thetis with the shield of Achilles seated on a seahorse. So that's really cool. And that's the same on the 2 drachma over here as well. If I flip it over, just really cool, really awesome coinage depicting some of the ancient Greek mythology and really neat stuff you won't find on coins in Canada. Next up, I've got a couple from 1930. It's a 10 drachma and a 20 drachma. If I flip these guys over, the 10 drachma features Demeter, and the 20 drachma features Poseidon, the god of the sea. And look at that. That's really, really cool. These two here are both 50% silver. This one's really interesting. This is 1960. This is featuring Paul I. This is the last circulating coin of Greek drachma denomination before the transition away from silver. So 1960. This one here is 20 drachma. And you can see another really cool view of, and I don't even know who this is, riding a horse, a seahorse or something, but 20 drachma. That is really awesome. I actually got a bunch of these. This one you can see is in great condition. Lots of detail, really no marks on the field, so it's probably like a low mint state or maybe a high AU at the very least. But I got a whole stack of them. So you can see I'm actually stacking Greek silver. So these ones Dimitris had, they're not in as great condition. But I told him I wanted to stack some Greek silver. So I picked up 5 more in addition to the one that I have in the flip there. And you can see there's some edge lettering on here. Really, really cool stuff. Next up, I've got a really cool commemorative coin. This is a 30 drachma from 1963. And on the reverse, you can see a map of Greece. You can see all of the islands, some of which I visited on my trip. We were in Mykonos and Santorini. If I flip this over, you can see, now this is really cool. This one is great, great detail here. This is 1963. It's marking the 100th anniversary of the House of Glucksburg. So this coin is referred to as the 5 Greek Kings, and some have called this the most beautiful coin in coin history. As you can see, it really is a fantastic looking coin here. And clockwise from the top, we have King Paul, King George II, Alexander, Constantine I, and George I, the 5 Greek kings from the House of Glucksburg. So I picked up this one in really great condition, and Dimitris and Stavros also had a couple of others that are fairly worn and circulated that I got for a really great price, and so that was really cool just to add a couple of those to my collection too. Some wear on this one here, and on the left, it's got great detail, it's got some toning, but it's not in as great condition. But you can hear that distinctive sound of silver. These ones are also 0.835 silver. And this one is another commemorative. This is a 1964 30 drachma. You can see it's got a 2-headed eagle with the crown there. If I flip this one over, this is commemorating the marriage of Constantine I and Anne Marie. Interestingly, there are 2 varieties you can find with this particular coin, and I got this one in really great uncirculated condition, and I got a couple of others here that were in less good shape, but again, to add to my Greek silver stack. And I interestingly got both varieties, so I'm going to pull this one up. If I pull it up on the screen, you'll see the designer's initials, BO, right here, right below Constantine's epaulet on his shoulder. So we'll see there is Constantine. That's where it is placed just to the left of the center of that epaulet. If I pull one of these other ones in and we look at where the designer's initials are, you'll see that they're actually to the right of his shoulder, not below the epaulet. So that is really, really cool. I only got 3 of these, and I got 2 with the designer's initials to the right of the epaulet and 1 below. So it was really neat to get both varieties in such a small sample size. So there is a look at all the Greek silver that I added to my collection. So that makes me really, really happy. But as you know, I'm not primarily a silver stacker. I am really a coin collector. I love numismatics and I love coins. So I got more than just silver. I wanted just some historic Greek coins. And these 3 that I've got here are the oldest non-silver coins that I picked up. They're all from 1900. What's actually special about these ones is that these are from the state of Crete during the reign of George I. And you'll see here that they have the 1900 date on them. These are 5, 10, and 20 lepta coins. So the lepta is the, like our cents. They're like the division of the drachma. So they're not in great shape, but these are 122-year-old coins from the state of Crete in Greece, and that is really, really cool. Next up, I've got the 5, 10, and 20 lepta coins from 1912. You can see the date on the 5 lepta coin there. These are really interesting. They're made of nickel, and they've got a hole in the middle. If I flip this guy over, you'll see these two, the 5 and the 10, picture an owl. And the owl, of course, is the symbol of knowledge and wisdom. And this one is a little bit different, the 20 lepta. And there's some interesting varieties on these ones too. They really all have to do with the position of this cornucopia. And I believe on the right-hand side, that is a torch. And so there's 3 different varieties on each of these where the cornucopia and the torch are higher or lower or somewhere in the middle, just with respect to their position related to the numbers 1912. So I only got one of each, so I only have one variety of each, and I can figure out what they are, I'm sure, with the help of Numista. But these are some really great coins. There's a little bit of gunk on that one, but otherwise it's in really great shape for a 1912, 110-year-old coin. So those are really, really cool. Next up, I have a whole bunch of coins from 1926 here, or I should say they're bearing the date 1926 because these ones have an interesting story as well. On the left here, you'll see that I've got the 1 drachma from 1926, and flip it over, and I believe this is picturing Athena, and I just had to check to be sure, and yes, that is Athena pictured on the obverse of the coin. What's interesting about these is that these were minted in 1926, and there wasn't a need for additional coinage in subsequent years. But in 1930, they needed more, but they didn't have new dies. So they minted them again and just added a B mark above the date. So all of these 1926 with a B were actually minted in 1930. So that's really interesting. Now, I picked up apparently a whole bunch, and you can see they're already flipped up. Dimitris had bought these from a collector and put all sorts of interesting information on here, mintage and what he thought the value was. And I think that the grades are probably aspirational at best. They're probably not quite as good as what the grades are indicated on there. I'll probably put these in my own flips and make my own notes on there. But this is really cool. So I did get the 1926 and 26B in the 1 drachma. In the 2 drachma, I actually got 4 of the 2 drachma, but only in the 1926. I didn't get the B. And there is also a 50 lepta 26 and the 26B. So I've got both of those. So that's really cool. So again, almost 100-year-old coins. And these ones were very reasonable. Not necessarily in the greatest shape, but I didn't have any of these for my collection. So this is really cool to get. And here we have from 1930. This is a 5 drachma coin. This is a pretty hefty one as well. This one is solid nickel. So that is really, really cool. And it's a big boy. It's a pretty heavy coin. You can see it's got a reeded edge there. That's another really cool coin to add to my collection with that eagle on it. I'm not going to go into as much detail with the rest of the coins here, but I did get a bunch of other cool stuff. So you can see from the 50s and 60s, these are all aluminum coins. They're extremely light. They're really nothing at all, really, when you're holding them. But some different denominations, some 5 and 10 drachma. Here's a bunch from the late 50s and early 60s. These ones from the 50s here. These all feature mature King Paul. These ones are nickel and these other ones are copper nickel. So the composition was changing, not too dissimilar to what was happening in other parts of the world with the way coins were manufactured and the metals they were using as the markets and the values were changing. I got a whole bunch of other stuff here. I got some sets here. I wanted just some more modern Greek coinage before they transitioned to the euro. There's a whole set of 1984. I've got a 1990, 1992, and then earlier, here's a great set, really nice condition, 1973 and 1971. And this is just sort of a mixed Greek set with different years and denominations. I even got some Olympic commemoratives from 2000. So, of course, Athens had the Olympics in 2004. And so this is a series of coins. This is a 500 drachma commemorating the Athens 2004 Olympics. So I picked up some of these. They were very, very reasonable. And of course, as one does when one travels, the euro is the official coinage of Greece right now. And so I picked up a bunch of euro coins that were just, I picked out, I should say, from my change, just some coins that were in better condition that I might flip up and add to my collection, just an assortment of, so 1 and 2 euros, 20 euro cents, 1 euro cent. And that is what I got in Greece. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Definitely, if you're in Athens, you need to go and check out Kyritsis Coins. Go and say hello to Dimitris and Stavros. Tell them that James, CAD Roll Hunter, sent you, and he'll give you a great deal on some really interesting Greek coinage. And while I was at Kyritsis Coins, I also picked up this banknote. This one's really interesting. This is 2 billion drachmas from 1944. So this is German-occupied Greece in the midst of World War II. Obviously, inflation was a significant issue for them to have to print 2 billion drachma banknotes. But that is a piece of Greece history. And so I picked that up, and it didn't cost me 2 billion drachmas or 2 billion anything to get. So that was another one. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, CAD Roll Hunter, please click that button and subscribe now so you can see when I have new videos coming out. I have new videos coming out all the time. I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much, and we'll see you again next time.